Hey, good morning. We're so excited you guys are here. Welcome to our podcast, The Heartbeat of Bartlett. And I want to just kick off by introducing my co-host, Maria, and then we'll introduce
Hi,
David.
everyone. I'm Maria McLendon, Senior Vice President of Marketing for First South Financial, and we are just so excited to be a part of the Bartlett Area Chamber of Commerce, and we're super excited to be the sponsors of this podcast, which is called The Heartbeat of Bartlett. And the Bartlett Area Chamber of Commerce started The Heartbeat of Bartlett simply to showcase all of the amazing small businesses that make up this community, because at the end of the day, small business absolutely is the heartbeat of any community. And we have so many different stories of the amazing business owners, individuals, and community members that make the Bartlett community absolutely fantastic.
We do. All right. So, David, why don't you introduce yourself to us?
Well, I'm David Wymer. I've got Wymer's Jewelry. And can I talk about God real quick?
Absolutely, David.
Okay. A lot of y'all know that I've had a heart problem. I've had a heart attack, which I didn't know about. They told me that my widowmaker was 100% occluded. Gone, shut down. I should be dead. And that I had a little vein in the back of the heart that was like 80%. Well, they went in there and tried to whittle out the widowmaker, and they could not. Okay, it was solid as a rock. So they came back and they put a stent about 2 inches long in the vein behind the heart and told me that I had so much collateral veins in the front, the miracle veins that God had given me, that has kept me alive. So now I am just trucking along. So I am great. I'll be back at work with no problems. You know, I'm playing tennis. What else can we do?
You know what, David? I'm not surprised that you have miracle veins running through your heart. I'm not surprised at all, because we were talking a little bit off camera about how we didn't use these words, but we're talking about how big your heart is. And that is what I've known about you in all the years that I've known you, is just how big your heart is, how generous you are in terms of how you give back to your community, how you support your family through your business, and just how you support your friends all the time. And I'm so proud to be able to call you friend, because because it's just your heart is amazing. So can you tell us a little bit about your story about starting Wymer's Jewelry, how you've raised your family through the business?
That's all easy.
Yeah,
Don and I got married in 81, so that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
We opened Wymer's Jewelry on Summer Avenue in 1984. We moved to our Bartlett location in 2000. So we've only been there for 24 years. You know, so we started out, I worked the bench, Donna put in batteries for $3. You know, now we have grown so much that we've got the largest retail repair house in the city.
Wow.
We do a lot of work, and we're constantly behind, which I guess is good, but for some people it's not.
Yeah.
You know, and thank God for my daughter-in-law, Mandy. She runs the business off her cell phone. I'm sorry, I'm old. You know, like I need a big computer. Can I say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
We might have to bleep it out, but we'll see.
In order for me to figure out what's going on, she sits there with her phone. You know, it's got all this stuff going on. So she's dragging me into whatever century we're in now.
Yeah.
But we do a lot, and we try to do as much support for our community as we can. You know, if you're in the band, especially, I'm a band geek. I belong to the Bartlett Community Concert Band. Been there for 20 some odd years, you know, and with those people who know Angela Sanders, who is the band director at Apley Middle School. Mm-hmm. We were there together before she had babies. Her baby's now in pharmacy school.
Wow.
You know, so I've been in the band a long time.
So you've got a lot of deep connections with a lot of people across the community. Can you talk a little bit about the jewelry store, though? Because for those who have not been to Wymer's Jewelry, it's not your typical jewelry store.
We are the corner store. If you want to come talk, you come talk. You want to come figure out what's going on, you're coming on. You've told me you've got your mama's jewelry that you need looking at. I do that. That's what I do. I can sit back, I can shift through your stuff, tell you what's real, what's not real. If you want to sell it to me, I'll buy it. You know, and now Mandy's sitting here, she's got her GIA. which is in the area, in the Memphis, Shelby County area, there are 8.
Wow, I didn't know that.
She is one of the 8 that has a GIA certificate. This is Gemological Institute of America. She is a certified appraiser.
That's awesome.
Can you talk to us a little bit about what that means? So like when you get something appraised and you have the GIA certificate of appraisal, what does that mean for you?
Well, that means your insurance company is going to believe you. Okay, that they're going to insure it for that much when they put it down. You know, when you get some of your mama's stuff, you may not think it's real, but all of a sudden, here comes that big 2-carat diamond that you didn't know she had. You thought was a fake stone. That's worth $50,000. So you say, well, now what do I do? I said, well, you call your insurance agent. You know, and you get it insured. Now, with the way that it goes, you know, we give you all the paperwork. We take all the pictures. We do all the measuring, all the stuff that needs to be done so the insurance company knows what we're telling them is right.
Wow. And there's only 8 in the city of Memphis. That's amazing.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not crazy, it's great.
It is great.
It is great for Wymer jewelry. Yep.
Absolutely.
So, and you've been a member of the Bartlett Chamber for how long?
Let's see, 26 years. We started while we were on Summer Avenue, you know, because I was living in Bartlett. I knew that I was going to come that way eventually, so we joined back then, and we've been there ever since.
That's awesome.
And the only thing that I require of the Bartlett is chambers to come collect the money.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, they do. And, you know, and they come in, they shop. I get them all in there. You know, John shows up on occasion. I just got to take care of John. You know, so.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
You know, so but you know, I enjoy it.
So you have essentially raised your whole family in the business. What has that been like?
When Charles was born in 1986, we were on Summer Avenue. He was in the store every day. Okay, Laura was born in 89. She was in the store almost every day. When we moved to when we moved, we put the kids in St. Anne's. So both of them were in the store. Both of them graduated from St. Anne's. So, you know, it's great. They have both learned how to communicate, how to deal with people, how to say good morning, how to say hi. You know, and they've done that extremely well. Both my kids, both of them have master's degrees. You know, I'm sorry, that's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good. And I don't think we owe anybody any money on that.
And that's even better.
Even better.
So what do you think your favorite thing, you're, like Maria said, you're so involved in the community. What are some of your favorite involvements, things that you're involved with?
I don't know if I can say this or not, but Debbie Jeleno a few years ago asked me, says, will you be our Santa Claus?
Oh, that's so fun.
So I've been the Santa Claus for the Bartlett area for the last few years. You
Very
know,
fun.
And this year was great because you're sitting up on a fire truck waving to everybody.
Yeah.
You know, it is a good time. You know, and they all came to see me, but not knowing that it was me.
I didn't know it was you.
There we go.
So now we're telling secrets.
I know. Every time I come to the parade from now on.
You'll see me.
Yeah.
And you'll be screaming at me.
That's awesome. So I love that you're wearing your hearts today. So one of the things that is, I think, super special about you is that you dress for the occasion. Can you talk to us a little bit about your wild outfits and where did that start?
Well, years ago, my mother-in-law, God rest her soul, gave me a Christmas tie and suspenders. Well, I said, well, that'd be great. So I started collecting ties. Find enough ties to go through December a little bit.
Yep.
Now I have enough ties to go from July through the end of December. So I said, well, let's spread this a little farther. Donna had cancer, so, you know, in October, breast cancer awareness, so I started wearing pink every day.
Yep.
So after pink, I started, well, maybe I'll do something for Christmas. So I started finding Christmas suits and Christmas shirts and Christmas ties. You know, so now I have 2 closets full of Christmas stuff. I got St. Patrick's Day. I have Valentine's Day.
I know you do.
You know, so it's just, in anything that comes around, I've got clothes for the occasion.
Yep. And it makes it super fun. I mean, I love your social media posts. And I love your social media posts just because of how great you are in terms of communicating with the community. But I always want to see what you're wearing, too.
Well, I like bright.
Yes.
There are occasions I get told, "You're not wearing anything bright today. What's going on?" It all depends on what I got in the closet. Because I still have a closet full of shirts and pants that are just normal.
But normal's not you.
Well, not normally.
So, do you have any story? I'm sure that you get. Well, you're a character yourself, but I'm sure you get all kinds of characters in the store. Do you have any stories that you want to share with us of either like a great experience that you've had, or maybe not so great, or maybe both?
I got a dear friend, Lance. Now, Lance is a small businessman like I am. Well, Lance shows up one day. Had been to Lansky's. He had bought me Elvis's gold lame jacket.
Wow.
Okay, and a tie, So here I am.
Wow.
So if you see him to go, that is a Lansky Elvis collection piece.
That's
that my
amazing.
guy Lance brought to me. And I love it. I just don't have enough time to wear it. I gotta have more times to wear gold.
Well, are you kidding me? You're in a store that sells gold.
Well, yeah, but I have to wear other colors too.
You can't do that one every day.
What about not so great stories? Do you have any?
My clientele that started with me on Summer Avenue are getting increasingly older.
Yeah.
And they're,
Oh my gosh, I'm sure that's really hard.
And they're starting to die off. I've got a young lady who followed me from Summer Avenue. Her daughter worked for me, and her husband died, and all of a sudden she died.
Aww.
So this is a girl that you see 2 or 3 times a week, just okay. And because of our age, it's our time that our peer pressure, our people around us, are going away. They're going home, and which is normal, but it's
still
hard to take sometimes.
Yeah. So what you're saying to our audience that's watching is, young people, you got to come to Wymer's Jewelers and become regulars, so that David has a whole new group of clientele.
Come see Mandy.
Yes.
Come see Mandy. She's young. She's great.
So I have a quick question,
Yeah.
if that's okay. So what's your thoughts or advice for other retailers in the Bartlett area as far as why should they get involved in community? Why is that so important to you? And why should they really think hard about the benefits and the value of that?
As a small business, I depend on those that are right around me.
Right.
Okay? So, if you get involved with them, they're going to get involved with you. And if you come to my store, chances are I'm going to be there. There are very few times that I'm not there. And chances are I'm standing behind the counter right there in the front, talking to everybody. Of course, I've got some great girls who work for me, so I'm going to make you talk to them unless you're one of my customers. And the girls know it's your customer. That's one of those old folks who want you to change their battery. I said, I can do it. But they need to get involved with the community so that they can get the community to come back to them.
Yeah.
And that works.
And what about the Bartlett Chamber? I mean, you've been a member forever.
Yeah. They keep sending me customers. They keep me out there. They keep coming to see me. And they keep on the city of Bartlett to grow.
Yes.
And an indoor pickleball court. Well, okay, we've got one of those coming. Tommy's Burgers is coming in. We've got so much coming on. I went by the side porch the other day. One of my favorite places. And right across the street is a big Mexican restaurant that they're building right now. Oh my God! Somebody's got to invite those people in.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Right.
they just don't come to Bartlett because it's there. The chamber goes out
absolutely.
there and gathers up those folks. Say, this is the reason you need to come to see us. We've got that big thing going on right there on Summer Avenue and Sage. When it gets done, it's going to be fantastic. It'll be a tax space that Bartlett can use, and it'll be a retail space that we can use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be nice.
So we just got to get it done.
Yeah.
And construction never seems to go fast enough.
Well, that's right.
And never on time.
That's right.
The weather and everything else gets in the way.
So we are getting close to Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Do you do any specials or promotions for Valentine's Day?
I do special promotions all the time. You walk in, I'm sorry, I'm the small guy, and you say, what kind of deal can I make today? I'm going to make a deal. Right now, it seems that we're selling a lot of big diamonds. I'm happy to do that. Of course, profit margin for me is not much, compared to the big box stores. Mm-hmm. But I sell them and I can service them. You buy from me, I'm going to take care of it.
Yeah. Well, that's it.
So, when you got something out there, you want to be able to service it. And we do.
Tell me, you mentioned diamonds. Tell something that just popped in my head that some of our viewers may be interested in. You're hearing a lot more about lab-grown diamonds.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit of difference between lab and regular?
The difference between is God-made,
right,
man-made. Now, to me, I try not to sell lab-grown. I have sold a few because that's what y'all wanted. But I like God-made stuff. When you sit here and you have a lab-grown, okay, that's a man-made thing, the value will not maintain, will not hold. If you look at a lot of retailers' thoughts about, there's no trade-in value. There's, they're not going to buy it back. They're not going to trade it in. Okay, you buy a diamond, God-made diamond. Okay, you got value.
I mean, the difference.
If you go to the hot shop, they're going to give you money for it.
So, I mean, really, the difference is difficult and rare versus easy and plentiful.
Mm-hmm. And when you find a nice diamond, God-made diamond, you got a gift. You got something there that's great. Anybody can make a chocolate cake. Okay, but a homemade chocolate cake is just a tad different than a commercialized cake.
Yep.
So we want to continue.
Yeah, absolutely. What other questions do you have, Terry?
I think I asked the primary questions. What about you?
Well, so a couple of other things that I wanted to talk about are just all of the different things that you're involved in the city of Bartlett. So you mentioned that you're in the Bartlett Band.
I'm in the Bartlett Band. I belong to a couple of the little things that the mayor has out there, the Bartlett, the BPAC, and the inner city stuff. I belonged to those committees for a while. And anything that I can get involved in, I stay involved in. I love our police and fire department.
I know you do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's another thing that I kind of wanted to touch on too, talking about your community involvement. You do.
I can't wait to see Gus.
You do love our police and fire department, and you support them all the time. You support our high school all the time.
Yes. Our children, this is Girl Scout cookie time.
Yes, it is.
Okay. And anybody can buy Girl Scout cookies.
Yep.
But can the girls sell Girl Scout cookies? I require that the girl comes in and talks to me.
And makes a sale.
And makes the sale. Same way with when Bartlett High School is doing a play and they're selling ads for the program. You've got to come talk to me.
I love that.
Okay? You've got to look at me face to face.
It's that relationship.
So that you can do this and you learn how to do this.
Was that so I used to work for the Bartlett Area Chamber years ago, and I would always come and try to sell you ads. Did you put that same requirement on me?
Absolutely.
I had to come in and
absolutely. I'm not going to do that online. Usually when I get an online thing, I just delete it.
Yep.
So if you want me, come get me. There's a lot of places that have gone online only. Well, okay. Well,
not for you.
Not for
That's not for you. Yeah.
Come visit.
Yep.
It's you had to come collect money. You just got you in the store, and you could see what I'm doing.
And that's smart.
So you would say, David down there on Stage Road, he does this.
Yes.
Because when they call the chamber, they ask those questions. Can you find me somebody who?
And so a couple of other things too. So one, speaking of getting a referral. So one of the things that I always refer you for is the fact that, and you mentioned this too, is that you stand behind whatever you sell. And so not only are you there for the new product purchase, but you're there to support that person long after the sale is made. And then the other thing is, Oh, well, I lost my train of thought on the other thing. So, oh, well, on that. But so that was one of the things that I wanted to comment on is that you don't, oh, I remember now. Just keep talking and you'll eventually remember.
Absolutely.
The other thing is that you're not just a jewelry store. Like, do I remember correctly? Did you have a dentist chair for sale one time?
I had a barber's chair.
A
Barber's chair that I bought from a retired barber years ago.
Oh, wow.
And it stayed in my store for a long time. And actually, I had someone who came in and cut my hair every other week. Okay? And like everything else, she got a little old and died. And so I sold the chair.
So it had a purpose.
It had a purpose. And I love sitting in it.
Yeah, it's
If you go through my old
comfy.
pictures, I've got pictures of me sitting there and got girls on my lap, got the grandbaby on my lap, got me on the lap, got all kinds of different clothes, sitting in this chair. It was a nice chair.
So what other kind of unique things do you have right now that are not what you would find in a typical jewelry store?
Well, I've got a lot of giftware.
Yeah.
This is stuff that comes from Grandma and Grandpa because the kids didn't want it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I buy it all. I go in and buy it on the entire house, throw half of it away, put the rest of it on the... So I'm into this very reasonably, so I can sell it very reasonably.
Yeah.
Collections come in, and when you're into it cheap, you sell it cheap.
Yeah.
And I do.
And I think that's one of the most fun things. So, like, I think one of the points that we're making is that you got to come in and see you
Correct.
to really, like, experience what it's all about. But, like, that's, I think, one of the fun things about it is that it's not like your traditional jewelry store at all. Like,
we got stuff.
the things that you will find are just so unique and eclectic. And I mean, it's like part jewelry store, part like antique store, like picker store.
Well, Special Things is right next to us, who is Victoria Pageant, she has probably got the largest collection of antique jewelry in the city.
Yeah.
She has got it, and she knows all about it. She takes good care of it, and she sells it.
And actually, when I went by there not too long ago, because I'm fairly new to this area, I did not realize I actually walked into her part at first because of all the jewelry and realized I was not in the right place. So she's got a lot of beautiful antique jewelry, but you've got a lot of amazing things on your side as well with all of what you said, the unique
We've been collecting and
rings
putting out and
Yeah.
doing.
You've got everything from like the small low dollar purchase to like big high end stuff. Can you talk a little bit about like what some really exciting special things you have in the store right now?
Really exciting special things. Well, right now I don't have, but I did have some of Elvis Presley's jewelry that I had to do the appraisal on.
I mean,
years
if you
ago.
want to talk directly to my husband and tell him what you have in the store that I will.
Valentine's
Yes, exactly.
Well, right now bridal sets and right hand rings are very popular.
Notice.
No, you need right hand rings so you can get out there. But they're very popular. And Mandy is a rock nut. Okay, colored stones are her bag. She will get you.
Ooh, honey, colored stones.
There you go.
And when you compare the prices of what you see in the mall to what they really are, I mean, a great sapphire, it's going to be $10,000. But if you're only spending $1,000 at the mall, there's something that's going on.
Right.
Okay, and we'll say the $1,000 one, but Mandy loves to show you that $10,000 stone.
Yeah.
Because they're so great and they're so unusual to have around.
Yeah.
And we get them coming and going.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, well, we are coming up on the end of our time, so I'm sure by now everybody wants to come and see you at Wymer's Jewelry. Can you tell them where they can find you, how they can find you online, how they can follow you on social media?
Okay. Wymer's Jewelry, 7525 Stage Road, or US Highway 64. That's between East End Grill and Firehouse Subs. Okay, we're there, and we have Wymer's Jewelry as a Facebook page, and of course, I'm on Facebook just as David Wymer. So you can come see us. We got it. We're there Tuesday through Saturday, 9 to 5:30, and we're having a good time. Don't come in frowning because I'm going to kick you out.
And as a last comment, so we were talking about your signature phrase, yes, dear.
Yes, dear.
So where did that come from, and what does that mean?
When I got married 100 years ago, I decided that it would be much easier to tell my wife, yes, dear, instead of arguing about it, still doing it, and sleeping on the couch.
So you learned
And I preach that to the new grooms.
Yes.
Of course, then I look at the women, I say, when he asks you what you want for dinner, tell him something besides, I don't know. So, yes, dear is my favorite line, and I use it.
Yep.
Love it.
And it works out great.
Yes, dear.
Yes, dear.
All right, well, just say yes, dear, and make sure you visit David Wymer at Wymer's Jewelry. Terry, today was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. David, thank you for joining us. And as always, Maria, thank you guys for, thank you for co-hosting with us and
super
sponsoring
fun.
this. And David, I'm sorry I cut you off, but thank
That's
you.
all right. You can invite me back. We'll do it again.
Sounds great.
Okay?
All right, David, you're awesome. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
being
very
on the
much.
show.
Thank
And
y'all.
as always, thank you to V2 Media for hosting us and doing the podcast.
Yay, V2
Thank you,
Media,
V2.
yay! And make sure that you,
Oh, yeah.
if you've enjoyed our podcast, which I'm sure you have, make sure you like and subscribe. Ring-a-ding-ding. Are you supposed to say ring-a-ding-ding? Like, I feel like my nephew says it all the time in association with podcasts. Ding, ding, ding. So you can find this podcast on Spotify, on YouTube, and everywhere your favorite podcasts are found. So thank you, like, and subscribe, and tune in for our next episode in 2 weeks.
We'll see you then.
Bye.